all that sob story, God no more. Only thing God honor is his word. If God said thou shalt not kill, you got to quit killing. Y'all ain't hearing me. Somebody say, I ain't never killed nobody. But when you kill somebody's character, when you kill somebody's name, when you say things about folks y'all not to say, the Bible said thou shalt not kill. When the Bible said thou shalt not steal, you got to honor God with your tithe and offering. I didn't accuse you of going to Kmart or Walmart and stealing, but it's more than one way to steal. When you steal from your faithfulness and give your service to God, and when you do more for the world than you do for God, you steal time from God. You steal tithing from God. You got to honor God with what belongs to him. I wish I had a praying church. Solomon here has given us these words of encouragement to know that the devil come to steal. Y'all ain't hearing me. When you steal something, you get in there in a sly way. You get in there in a way that folks don't know that you are there, and you don't miss it until the next day. You don't miss it until the thief is long gone. See, you got to be careful who you allow in your bosom. You got to be careful who you talk to on the phone every day. You got to be careful who you ride in the car with. I know some of you think you're so saved that you can go into anybody's house. But I like what the Bible said. He said these things been offered to idol. Some folks, you are never saved. Y'all ain't liking me. And that's why I can't go along with the conversation that some people have when they say, I go in the drug house and get them out there. You ain't got no business in no drug house. You ain't got no business in no alcohol house. The Bible said these things been offered to idols. In other words, what happened? These folks have declared they have got up with sin on their mind. And when these things been offered to idol, you ain't got no business going in there. They will change your heart. They will turn your heart towards God. Look at Solomon. None of us in here will ever be the preacher Solomon was. None of us will have the wisdom that Solomon had, because God said no man will come before you nor after you that will have the wisdom of Solomon. But God said to Solomon, he said, Solomon, I'm going to bless you. Listen to what he said. He said, be careful who you entertain. Be careful who you allow to get into your bosom. But Solomon, he wasn't only satisfied with the women that was around him, but he reached out to strange women that had other gods. How many know when you start fooling with folk that don't have the same interest that you have, they will change your heart. You start fooling with folk that believe you can indulge in this, you can indulge in that, they will change your heart. Away with a Christian that try to see how close to the world they can get and what all they can do, but out getting out of God, they're going to lead you outside of God. I want somebody that's going to weigh and balance and know, baby, maybe I can get away with that, but I'm not trying to see how close I can get to the road. I want to stay all the way in God. Do I have anybody know it's important to stay in God? But Solomon here, he didn't mean no harm. Let me tell you something. Many of you talk about how Solomon had 1,000 women and 300 concubines, but Solomon didn't mean no harm. What Solomon did, he just disobeyed God. In fact, when he pulled all of these women in, he done it for power and leverage, because he wanted kingdom power. If I had these king's daughters in my house, they cannot ever overthrow my kingdom, because to overthrow my kingdom, they would have to kill their own daughters. But what I come to tell you, you cannot reason with God. What God's word say that what you better do, it may make good sense to you, but you cannot use your good sense when it comes to God. I wish I had a praying church here. Many of you have got ragged. Many of you have lost your identity. Many of you don't look like you used to look, not because you meant harm, but you were trying to get along with folk that didn't mean no good. You tried to save folk that God couldn't save. You tried to bring folks in that God didn't even want. But you got to say, baby, I understand what you're doing. I understand what you're trying to say. But I can't follow you because where you're trying to go, I'm not willing to go. Because you're going to lead me somewhere that you can't lead me back to. Because I want a relationship with God. I come to tell you, if you want a relationship with God, you quit trying to follow every fad and every style. You quit trying to listen to every group and every piece of music that come in. You got to be careful what you're allowed to entertain you. That's why David said, thy word have I hidden in my heart, that I won't sin against God. What the world trying to do, what the church trying to do, rather. We come out of the world, but we want to turn the church into the world. Y'all ain't hearing me. You want to make the church be what you was out there. But I come to share with somebody that you got to say, Lord, I thank you that you brought me out of darkness into the marvelous light. You gave me real joy. I can't cuss all day long and be under the unction of the Spirit. I can't drink wine and all this vodka, brandy and all of this stuff, and be influenced by the Holy Ghost. Y'all ain't hearing me. I know you got somebody teaching and preaching that it don't matter. You can do what you want to do. God knows your heart. But I come to tell you, when your heart get it right,